Welcome to how to fit a Decat pipe. It's a bit different to the ones we've done before because the one on the Astra VXR was a pre-cat Decat. This one I've managed to buy myself a Decat Manifold sort of thing because it's a couple of pieces bolted together, but it gets rid of the cat which is just off the manifold, so it's actually, for the Supra, it's like a manifold Decat, or first Decat as it's known as. So that is what we're going to do today. I'm going to start off, we'll have a little before and then later on we'll have an after of how it sounds. And yes, I've had a haircut. So we're going to start off with having a little before with its normal silenced exhaust, and it has a second Decat currently on. So obviously this is before its first. But we all know what it sounds like, we've started it uploads recently. There you are. Nice and purry, and we're now clutch bearing. Little rev, this is in the garage as well, so it's quite echoey. So, quite nice, but I wouldn't say it was throaty. So this is the before, now we've got the fitting and then we'll have the after. So today we'll be removing obviously our system that we've got in there, as in the manifold down to the, well, where the first cat is. And we're putting this one in its place. This is obviously the top part of the manifold, that's top part of the manifold. I was lucky enough to pick this up cheap. It had a little blow. I've had the bottom welded up just for extra safety, I don't know, stop it leaking, or the chance of leaking, because it wasn't welded all the way around. But it was blowing from this gasket here. Now the gasket's actually fine, it's just not straight, so I'm going to straighten it out. I'm going to clean both ends up because it's just full of crap. It'll probably reseal a lot better, so I'm cleaning that up. I'm cleaning this up, so I've got a wire brush. So I'll wire brush off any carbon, make sure it's nice and flat, and we'll take it from there. So the first thing we're going to do is, like we've done in many other videos, we're going to disconnect these vac pipes off the intake, get the intake out of the way, then we can actually see the heat shield, and then we can take that off. I will be probably hopefully using a few new tools, because I've got myself an air compressor and air line, and I have an air ratchet now. I also have a welder, but I don't know how to weld yet, so didn't even know videos on welding for a while, because I'm still learning. But yeah, I'm going to give that my air ratchet a go on this one, I think. But first, take the inlet off. So the inlet's off. Now we can see what we actually need to take off. I'm missing a bolt over there, or a nut as it is. So I've got 1, 2, 3 to take off, and the heat shield comes off. Then we can actually get out the manifold. Like you've seen us do with the catback, there's 2 bolts that hold it down at the bottom. We'll have to take them off, clean that up and reseal it. And we'll have to undo the clips as well for the oxygen sensors. That's right in the middle of the screen, and the one over there. Because it actually comes with new oxygen, well not new, but some more oxygen sensors on the one we've got, wherever it is over there. So I can just put that on. Jack this side of the car up, makes sense, because this is the side of the car that the exhaust sits. So it gives me all the room in the world on this side to undo it. So I'm going to stop taking out the heat shield. So the heat shield is off. That was nice and easy. So now it's just a case of the 4 bolts each side for the manifold. But they came off relatively easily last time, so they should be alright this time. I tell you what though, life's made a lot easier with an air ratchet. So much easier with an air ratchet. Right, I've took out 7 nuts and one came out as a stud. That one's straight in the middle of the camera now. I'm not going to go underneath the car and show you disconnecting the cat back because freaking done it countless times now. So I'm just going to go underneath, disconnect the cat back, see you soon. Okay, the manifold is now loose. I'm all bunged up and sound weird. Manifold is loose. Don't forget to disconnect the cable that runs into the car off the catalytic converter's oxygen sensor. It runs into the car through a bung and underneath the carpet and goes up towards the tunnel. There's a little connection, undo it and you can pull it out. So I'm going to put this down and I'm going to pull this out. So there we have the old one and the new one. As you can see, it should be the exact same fitment. Bolt holes and that's in the same place. Got its flex in the same place. Again, it came off from the working Supra, so the only thing that's wrong with this one is it's got a stud here which has the heat shield on that's broke. But you know, I only have 3 bolts and nuts anyway, so there's 3 sticking out, so that should do me. It should be a lot easier to chuck in because of the shape of this. So, and then I'm going to slot that back in the hole. So it's in place, its gasket's behind it and it's nice and clean. So now I'm going to tighten these up so they're nice and tight, and then I can fit the cap back on the bottom. So I'll come back to you once I've tightened all these nuts and I put the cap back on as well. As it's all been rebuilt up now. As you can see, it's got a seat shield back on. It's got join down there. Obviously the heat shield, the gasket, the inlet pipes are back on. We've let it warm up on idle to seal the paste, so everything's nice and tight and airtight on the joint, so it doesn't leak anymore. And this is what it sounds like as a Decat. Not too different in the engine, but definitely a bit different on the exhaust, but not too loud because we have a twin box system. Get it a bit. Yeah. That's a lot better. Should be a bit more responsive now. Hopefully so. So, thank you for watching this video. This has been how to fit a Decat pipe / manifold on the Supra. Like, subscribe and come join us in another video. Peace dudes.